I don't know if you can hear it, but there's some stomping going on. Some children noises. And there's like a AC unit rumbling noise over there. So I wanted to talk about that. Let's talk about that. Hey guys, FunnyGuyTimmy here. So y'all have heard me talk about on multiple occasions that this space is basically reverberant free for the most part. And I've dealt with the low frequency and the bass noise, but I'm still getting a lot of outside noise. Not from the window, not traffic, but more like neighbors and AC units or just refrigerators and washers and dryers just happening not that far from me. So I'm still getting those noises. And some people were asking if I stop recording when I get that, or if I just power on through it, and how I'm dealing with that. Well, for the most part, most of the noises can't be heard while I'm talking. This is relatively treated enough. This is treated well enough that unless there is heavy, heavy stomps directly above me, as long as I'm talking, you can't hear it. Through a lot of the videos that I've been posting lately since I've set up this studio, there has been a little bit of walking around. There has been children either up there or just outside the window. And before I hit record, I can hear them. But, like that, you heard that thud? Might have heard that thud. There is some noise. There is some stuff that's going to be happening around me. But for the most part, I can deal with it. I can work with it. I think I spoke too soon. I think someone just stepped in the shower. Okay, that right there is a prime example of what I can't deal with. That would be a time that I would pause. Some children noises. Most of the stuff that you're hearing, most of the stuff that I can hear, I don't know if you can hear it, because YouTube often adds some compression to the video and the audio, so I don't know if you'd still be hearing what I'm hearing. But there is still some noise. There are some noises that I can't record around, and if it happened during my spoken word, I would have to cut that or do another take or, whatever. But the majority of the noises don't ruin it. Don't ruin the take. And there's a couple ways that I'm dealing with that. Number one, I'm speaking relatively loud. I'm speaking at a relatively loud volume. This is about the volume that I would normally talk, but it's slightly louder than I would normally talk. I'm also projecting, very much projecting. So my goal is to basically flood the microphone with just my sound, with just my voice. Also, I'm using a shotgun mic. Shotgun mic pointed at me, about that far away from me, and so I'm doing everything that I can to try to cut out the noise from around me. Why am I bringing this up? Great question to who hasn't asked yet, because this video is not up. The reason I'm saying this is because there's a lot of people who are in similar situations. There's a lot of people who are in situations where they're living in apartments. A lot of people live in apartments, and they're getting a lot of noise. They're getting a lot of outside noise, footsteps, people talking, and they don't know how to deal with it. Traffic noise, stuff like that. Your goal, number one, is to treat the space that you're going to be recording in as best as you can. And that means putting stuff on the walls, putting stuff on the floors, putting stuff above you, doing all of that as best you can. That's been going on this whole time. So treat the walls, treat the space you're recording in, and then make sure you have the right microphone. You might not have the right microphone. If you're still getting all of the noises of the people around you, you might not have the right microphone. A lot of people buy the microphone before they even have any idea what they're going to be doing with the recording space or where they're going to be recording. Which, yes, you need a microphone to be able to do sample recordings so that you know what kind of noises you're getting. But you really need to think long and hard about where you're going to be recording and how you're going to be recording and how to treat the space before you really start setting stuff up. Because the space you record in is more important than the microphone. But then, once you have a good space to record in, you need the right microphone. Not just a microphone, not a good microphone, the right microphone. Not just the right microphone for your voice, because there's going to be tons of microphones that don't sound as good on your voice and aren't as flattering. But you also need the right microphone for the space that you're recording in, for the noise that's happening outside. Which is why I use shotgun mics. I use shotgun mics because they're very directional. You're not getting all the noise around me. You're just getting my voice. It's very focused. That's the goal. That's the objective. If I was using a large diaphragm, you'd be picking up a lot more of that and a lot more of that. So there's a shotgun mic, and it's that far away from me, and it's focused at me, and it's not getting the noise directly behind me because my body is covering it, and it's canceling out everything on these sides. I'm getting a much better audio quality than I would if I was using a large diaphragm. Even though, yes, there are probably tons of large diaphragms that would sound amazing on my voice and would be beautiful to work with. They're not going to help me in my situation. They're not going to help me in my space. They're not going to help cancel out the noise of the people around me. So, also, by my treating this area, not only am I preventing more noise from coming in, I'm also preventing a lot of my noise from going out. I'm trying to prevent my yelling, my talking, my screaming from disturbing other neighbors. I care about them as well. I care about them getting through the night. If I have a client that needs me to rush deliver a revision and it's a lot of yelling at night, I don't want to disturb them. I want to do as little disturbing of other people as possible. Same thing with my roommate. My roommate, by the way, I've done yelling in here, and he had no idea that I was recording, which is a good sign. So I'm hoping that the same thing can be said with the neighbors, that they have no idea that I do this. That's my goal. I want to be only heard by the clients that I record for. I don't want to be heard by anyone else around me. My goal is to be unseen and silent and just work and get it done. Yes, there's lots of noise going on around me. There's lots of noise happening on the other side of these walls. There's tons of traffic. I just have to deal with it. And there are tons of ways that I can deal with it. Getting closer to the microphone, projecting, filling the space and filling the audio that this thing is picking up with all of my voice. Just predominantly, basically drowning out noise with my voice. Trying to be as loud as possible. Not yelling, but projecting and being loud. That way, the volume of my voice supersedes the volume of the noise, and even if there's noise going on while I'm talking, you shouldn't be able to hear it. Number 2, treating the space as best as I can. There are so many layers going on around me. There's so many layers. Even the bass trap hanging above me, it's about that thick, and it has sound insulation treatment. So there's a gap between it and the ceiling. So hopefully it's helping to cancel out any noise that's coming straight down. Hopefully it's helping to either deflect it, catch the noise, or whatever. So, and then third, of course, I'm using a shotgun mic. Directional. It's not a large diaphragm. It's not a small diaphragm. It's a shotgun mic. It's a super or hypercardioid. I think it's a supercardioid. So this is all made to help me with this situation. If you're getting a lot of noise, think about your situation. You might not either be treating the walls or the area you're in properly. You might not be speaking loud enough to cancel out a lot of that. You might not have the right microphone, and you might be in the wrong room. Maybe pick a different room. If that's not the quietest space and that's where most of the noise is, find a different room. Maybe set up in a corner somewhere. Who knows? But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Totally fine. Subscribe if you're new, bell for notifications, and leave down in the comment section below if you have any questions or would like to see me do any other kind of videos. So until next time, peace!